To reduce congestion at the port of Mombasa, the Kenya Ports Authority plans to invest in acquisition of more land in Nairobi and its environs to construct inland container depots that can manage to hold up to 1 million containers. KPA says it will steer itself towards achieving international trade standards and become a globally competitive port for the delivery of goods and services under its 5-year strategic plan. Kevin Mutai has more.
Congestion at the port of Mombasa is one of the greatest challenges that importers face, but it is a problem that the Kenya Ports Authority says will be fully addressed over the next 5 years as it begins implementing a new strategic plan.
We must expand ICD. It may not be in the current location. We may either locate it upward or downward towards the river, depending on many factors. But in my own assessment, and as an architect, I'll tell you that we need to have at least a capacity of 1 million TEUs around that area.
The strategic plan focuses on 5 key areas expected from KPA to contribute to the growth of international trade and investments. They include improving port services, improving customer satisfaction, sustaining business growth, improving labor productivity, enhancing risk management and environmental sustainability.
For the next 5 years, this plan will define the business direction that KPA will take in its continued efforts to contribute to the growth of international trade.
This, according to KPA, is an alignment of achieving Vision 2030 and towards delivering the government's Big Four agenda. The port will be equipped with modernized equipments that will sustain efficiency and productivity.
When you are doing your regulation, please bring us on board. We are adopting what we call partnership oversight. And that is very important, you know. Everybody knows their arms.
The 5-year roadmap also seeks to place Kenya as a global maritime transport hub to East and Central Africa regions. Kevin Mutai, NTV, Mombasa.